Y'all, it looks like we weren't prepared for just how messy the Surviving Diddy saga would be, because literally everyone was gagged after new evidence surfaced exposing Kim Kardashian as Diddy's handler. We all knew Diddy couldn't have done everything he'd been accused of without having a community of other shady celebrities and handlers helping him cover his tracks. But what really had people in a frenzy is that no one would have guessed Kim K and her shady family would be on the list of Diddy's handlers. However, the moment fans started connecting the dots, it became crystal clear that this type of business was right up Kim Kardashian's alley. And now that the whole thing is exposed, word in the street is Kim has her team working round the clock to cover her tracks. But wait, did Kim really help Diddy pay hush money to silence his alleged victims? And did she really try to help put Kanye under conservatorship to steal his money? Baby, you better grab a chair for this one because it's about to get messy. So, fans have been digging into Kim Kardashian's connections with Diddy these past few weeks, and well, it looks like Kim might need to get some criminal defense lawyers who know what they're doing, because word in the street is she's about to get into really hot water. Fans started suspecting Kim's connection to Diddy when she unfollowed Diddy on every single one of her social media platforms just 24 hours before Homeland Security raided his homes for potential evidence. This immediately raised red flags because it looked a bit too calculated to be a coincidence. I mean, Diddy had been facing these accusations for months before the raids, and she didn't think of distancing herself the whole time. Then, out of nowhere, she picks a random day to unfollow him across all social media platforms? Come on. Word on the street is Kim got a tip from an inside source that Diddy's homes are going to be raided, and she immediately started scrambling to cover her tracks. But what exactly does Kim have to hide? I mean, isn't she a businesswoman making money legally and ethically from her multiple business ventures? Well, it looks like the truth is a teeny tiny bit more complicated than that. See, in the process of digging into Kim's supposed connection with Diddy, fans uncovered a whole lot more disturbing stuff. You know how Kim and her family like to flaunt their wealth all over social media like they're the richest people on earth? Well, apparently, things aren't that rosy for the Kardashians in real life, especially Kim. See, an inside source once told People magazine that even at the height of their love story, Kanye always kept his finances separate from Kim's. They make a lot of money, and the money's not a problem with them. They keep their accounts basically separate. He'll talk about my money and her money. But it looks like Kim's financial troubles have only gotten worse since she and Kanye divorced, because word in the street is Kim is up to her eyeballs in debt. Just last year, it was reported that Kim was heavily in debt to the tune of $48 million after she took out a mortgage on her $70 million mansion. Now, to be clear, it's not like Kim is so borderline bankrupt or anything like that, but knowing Kim, anything less than billionaire status is not enough for her. And word on the street is Kim can't even ask her family to bail her out because they also have their own debts to deal with. Rumors have now started swirling around that Kim is desperate to get her money back up, and she's willing to do anything for it, even if it means helping Diddy carry out his shenanigans. And when it comes to doing anything for money, Kim Kardashian is a pro. Before she became the famous Kim K, Kim had a sugar daddy named Jolo, a sketchy businessman who allegedly used to help her launder money. Insiders claim Kim used to accompany Joe to these casinos and gambling houses. In 2019, the FBI interviewed Kim in relation to an ongoing investigation into Jolo, and it was then that she confessed that in one of her casino trips with Lo, she flew back to LA with a trash bag full of $250,000 cash. Allegedly, this money was just a small cut out of a much larger money laundering scheme. In fact, Jolo was later declared wanted for his connection in an embezzlement scheme involving the One Malaysia Development BHD. Things got even more interesting when a TikToker who goes by the name BB the Songwriter went viral for posting an explosive video exposing Kim and Diddy's involvement in Britney Spears' conservatorship.
Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They is doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it. Apparently, it's paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, whole husband, and they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor, this gets deep, y'all, hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears' whole situationship.
So apparently, Kim has been working behind the scenes with Diddy's manager, a woman named Lou Taylor. And for those of you who don't know, Lou Taylor owns the Hollywood management company TriStar Sport and Entertainment. Apart from Diddy, Lou has worked with other celebrities like Justin Bieber, Mary J. Blige, Gwen Stefani, and every single one of the Kardashians. What many people also don't know is that Lou used to be Britney Spears' manager and representative, and she actually orchestrated the whole scheme to throw Britney Spears into a conservatorship. She even reportedly tried to do the same thing with Lindsay Lohan, but her folks were not here for it, and they dragged Lou to court. Now, allegedly, Lou and her husband have been into this type of business for a long time, and they've managed to rake in huge sums of money from this scheme. But to really understand it, you need a little breakdown of how it works. So, Lou and her husband leveraged their connections to get access to celebrities and sneak their way into these celebrities' inner circles. Then they get them misdiagnosed with non-existent mental illnesses, which is usually enough evidence to prove the celebrity is not in the right mental state to handle their finances by themselves. Then they get a judge to place them in a conservatorship, which gives Lou and her husband freedom to steal millions of dollars from them undisturbed. Now, fans believe Kim and Diddy are also one in this scheme, and they even try to make Kanye out to be a mentally unstable person so they could swoop in and start funneling his money into their bank accounts. Even Kanye himself revealed that he was prescribed an unreasonable amount of lithium in doses he didn't even need.
What I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
Didn't we also find out during Britney's court hearings that her family intentionally misdiagnosed her and pumped her full of lithium, which is how they later took her children away from her and proved to the court that she was not mentally capable of handling her own finances? And if y'all remember, when the Free Britney movement was ongoing, some of Britney's fans did a deep dive into Britney's conservatorship scandal, and they found out that Kim and her entire family raked a whopping $600 million from the whole thing. One of the fans wrote, if you're Lou Taylor and you need to hide $600 mil, would Kim's estate be a logical place to hide it? The fan also pointed out how suspicious it was that Kim's sister, Kylie Jenner, sold half of her makeup company Kylie Cosmetics for a very familiar price, saying, if you're following the conspiracy, that means the money could have went to Britney's trust, to Stonebridge, to Panama, back to the US through Kim's trust and over to Kylie Jenner. But it gets crazier, and when you want to know the truth about conspiracies like this, all you have to do is follow the money. So, as y'all might remember, Kris Jenner recently got exposed for opening a church called California Community Church, where members have to pay a $1,000 monthly membership fee and donate 10% of their earnings in tithes. However, what's really creepy about this church is that there have been rumors that it's just a front for more sinister things. Initially, people thought it was just a tax write-off to help Kris and her daughter pay less tax, but it looks like it's much bigger than that. Apparently, Lou Taylor is also a board member at the church, and they've been secretly receiving huge sums of money from Diddy in the form of donations from, you know, the goodness of his heart. But what that money is really meant for is to pay off Diddy's victims in an attempt to silence them. But since the money looks like it's coming directly from the church's pocket and going straight to the victims, it doesn't raise red flags anywhere. And speaking of the money, fans thought it was weird that Kim agreed to promote the controversial Balenciaga campaign of 2022, which was very inappropriately provocative. The ad campaign in question featured 6 children holding teddy bear backpacks wrapped in what fans called bondage gear, including fishnet tights, leather harnesses, and chains. One of the bears also weirdly had a bruised purple eye, which seemed very eerily connected to child SA. But it gets even worse. Some of the photos showed the children being surrounded by very adulty suggestive items like wine glasses, beer koozies, and duct tape. In one of the photos, the duct tape reads Balenciaga, which many fans connected to an ancient Canaanite deity to whom children were sacrificed. Then there was another photo where a Balenciaga bag was placed on top of what looked like to be Supreme Court documents related to child porn. Generally, people felt the imagery was glorifying child trafficking and SA, and the fact that Kim endorsed this and even got paid millions and millions to promote this just made it clear that she and Diddy were 2 peas in a pod. As usual, people have their thoughts about this, like this person who said, "I'm just curious how the Kardashians are making their fast money these days. Everyone appears to be onto their shady businesses." Then this person said, "Kim's time is up. She's losing businesses with Hulu and others. Depending on the outcome, the trials with Diddy will determine whether she can still be on TV or get endorsements. She's on borrowed time right now. I think she will go down with Diddy, and that will be that." But y'all let me know what y'all think about Kim Kardashian's involvement in Diddy's shady enterprise, and check out this next video before you go.